Stop expecting from the market, yo. This market is so unpredictable. This is one of the toughest markets to trade. You need to lose the expectations. Um, with that being said, though, what's popping YouTube? Welcome to another video. Today, I want to really just talk about expectations that we put on the market, that we put on ourselves within the market, and how that really sabotages us. And I think the main point I want to just kind of start out with is not every day is a day to make money. Now, every day there is opportunity in the market, but that isn't an opportunity to make money. There's opportunity to test your discipline, test your patience. There's opportunity to really do so many other things outside of making money because, yes, it is a trading day. Yes, it is New York's stock exchange open. Yes, it is the middle of the week. But just because of that, that doesn't mean that you have to take a trade today. That doesn't mean that you have to, go in full size. You need to really know how to be flexible, and you need to be able to read and react, to be adaptive to whatever conditions that the market is currently in. Right now, we are approaching all-time highs. Right now, the market has been very choppy. Right now, the market has been very just volatile due to, all of the geopolitical and global economic, fundamental factors. That doesn't mean that I'm over here trying to make a whole bunch of money every day. Right now, I'm trying to survive. I'm trying to stay afloat. I'm not trying to do too much because these are the times where people blow their accounts the most. When there's a whole bunch of implied volatility, people get trigger happy, you get excited, and then you just try to chase trades that aren't even really there. You put your expectations on the market like, oh yeah, this is a great, we have all this stuff going on. This is going to be a great day to trade. But no, because look at how the market has been moving, yo. Like we have been like, look at this. This looks ugly. Yes, there's trades here. I was able to make a little bit of money today, but this isn't the days that I'm usually used to having. I'm usually used to making, double this on a daily basis, easily double this at least. But like I'm not getting in my head, or I'm not using it as an excuse to force trades or over risk. Like no, if my opportunity isn't there, if I'm not fully confident in whatever I'm taking, I'm not gonna take it. If I'm not fully confident in, just the conditions that we're in right now, I'm going to lower my size, and that is what I have been doing because not every day is a day to make money. These markets are so unpredictable. Like it's impossible to somebody to say, "Oh yeah, I'm making this amount of money per day every single day for 365 days or 200 something days a year." It's 200 something. I think it's like 221 trading days a year. Nobody makes the same amount of money every single day. Some days you'll have high days. Some days will be break even. Some days will be small wins. Some days will be losses. You have to be willing and accept all of that. Because if you don't, then you're gonna run yourself crazy. That's just how you're gonna continue to sabotage yourself. You're gonna blow accounts. You're gonna do so much other stuff. You're gonna stress yourself out because you put these expectations on the market when the market is so unpredictable. It's no point for you to try to place the expectations on them. In this market, you can't impose your will. You have to just be reactive. You have to be willing to just accept the fact that this is, one of the toughest jobs in the world. And not every day will be a day where you make money. You have to understand that. You have to really adapt and read the market conditions because if you don't, you're going to get swallowed up. The market is going to chew you and spit you out every single time. The market will show you. If you try to impose yourself on it, the market will show you who really runs this stuff, yo. And I can attest to it 110%. The days where I would try to come and say, okay, I need to make $1,000 today. I need to make $500 today. I want to be able to pay this off. So I need to make this money today. That is when I failed the most. That is when the most stress would come in. That is when I would take, lower quality setups just because I'm trying to meet this mental quota in my head that I set that really doesn't even matter because all that matters at the end of the day is that I'm making more money than I'm losing. That's all that matters. I'm making more money than I'm losing, and I'm taking the right setups, and I'm staying sane while doing it. I'm not running myself crazy. I'm not crashing out every day on the charts. I'm not, breaking a whole bunch of rules. Like that's all that matters, yo. As long as I'm doing what I know I'm supposed to do, and I'm making some money in the process, then that's fine. There's no need for me to try to chase these big numbers because when they come, they will come. Everything happens when it's supposed to. Everything happens for a reason. You're not gonna get the best quality setups every day. Today, the trades I took, I wouldn't say they were A plus quality, but I adapted though. I lowered my size. I lowered my take profits. I adapted because I knew that they weren't of the highest quality. You need to be willing to accept that. Not every day an A plus setup will present itself. So you have to be able to adapt. If it's not an A plus setup, why are you going in with your full size if you're not fully confident in the trade? Like I heard something yesterday. He was like, "Yo, if you're not willing to bet your life on that trade, or no, he said take every trade like it's your last or something like that." But if that same, you get the point. Like if you're not willing to put your life on that trade, you really shouldn't be taking it for one. But for two, if you are to take it, you should not be taking it with your regular risk. You should be flexible. You need to adapt your risk. You need to, understand that not every trade is a trade to apply a bunch of risk. The market conditions are very important. Stuff like you see how we're doing right now, we're just zigzagging. There's people trading this. There's people that's blowing their accounts, people that are crashing up, people that are spiraling because they might have missed this initial move and now they're trying to come back and scalp the internal time frame and they're just getting chopped up. They're getting chopped to pieces. You don't want to do that. You do not want to be that person. People that blew their accounts in this area, there's blown accounts every day. I don't know the statistic, but I know that there's millions of accounts that get blown every day. I don't know the exact number, but a lot of people blow their accounts every day. You don't want to be that. It's the people that don't understand market conditions, that don't understand the time and place. There's a time and place when you can apply risk. There's a time and place for when you can de-risk. There's a time and place for when you can be more aggressive, be more defensive. Right now, where we at in the markets, I am defensive. I know that my strategy and my system will present itself. I know that over time I will make money. But I also understand that with my system, there's times that it doesn't work as much. There's times that the setups don't present itself as much. My A plus setup is an SMT inversion change in state with some type of, external P array that we're rejecting off of or some type of internal sweep. We didn't get that today. Today we got literally we're in a higher time frame imbalance and we just got to change in state. I took that. This was a trade. This was the initial trade I took today. I took that targeting the hourly imbalance that never even, got hit in the end. We never hit the hourly imbalance. We ended up putting in an SMT and I got out at this low. I was able to adapt though. I recognized the SMT. I recognized this wasn't my, A plus setup. So I didn't enter this trade with full size. I took the trade live. I can go back and watch it. I didn't take the trade with full size. I maybe risked like $100 to $200 on this. Actually I risked like 190, I want to say. I risked like 190, ended up closing that initial trade at 270 because I did pyramid, didn't work out fully, ended up getting stopped in profit. It happens, it's the market. I didn't let that cause me to spiral and force a whole bunch of other trades. I did take another trade after, but that trade I took after, I risked $40. That's a paper trade. I didn't risk any real, you have to know when to apply risk and when not to. If you're already up on the day, and if you're going to take another trade, do not take that trade with an amount of risk that it's going to hurt you. Because I know for me, or I would do that back, when I used to do that, I was about to say back in the day, I'm not even old, but when I used to do that, yo, and let's say I do take another trade after I make $300, let's say I'm risking 200 on the day, on that next trade. If I lose that trade, I'm going to then start to spiral. I'm going to be like, damn, I got to make that money back. I'm going to start to force bad setups just because I made the stupid decision to apply more risk after I was already up on the day, a number that I was comfortable with. Like, why are you putting money on the table after you already have locked in money? This market is so hard to profit from. And if you are able and willing to make money from it, be thankful, be blessed, cherish that money. Don't just, like, no. Take your trade, walk away. Take your win, walk away. Like, yo, you really think about it, yo, my paychecks from work after 2 weeks, the last job I had, my 2 week paycheck would be like $400. The fact that I can make that, I have the opportunity to make that every single day now is more than enough of a blessing, yo. You have that same exact blessing. Don't take it for granted. Don't overlook it. That stuff is a blessing in itself. That should be your reason right there to not force trades, to take one trade a day. Especially in the conditions that we're at right now. Yo, the market is not in a place to where you should be wanting to apply risk. Now, yes, we do have a lot of volume, a lot of volatility, a lot of stuff going on globally, but if the actual charts aren't telling you to apply risk, if the charts aren't giving you, the A plus setup that that you need to look for, don't take the trade, don't apply risk. And this is subjective to your strategy because maybe your strategy is presenting you more A plus setups at this time, at this moment. But I know that's not all year round. There's no system in the world that is, A plus that is working all the time, all year round. It's at the end of the day, you have to trade like a business, and businesses don't always have, positive quarters. Or say Apple, for example, they might make X amount of dollars for quarter one, but quarter three, they might make double that. Quarter two, they might make way less. Quarter four, they might make quadruple that just because it's the holidays. Like every market has cycles, and you have to understand that it's not every cycle is never going to be the same. You can't always expect to make a certain amount of money every single day or every single month because that is completely unrealistic. Yo, these markets are so unpredictable. These markets are gonna do what they want to do. You have to just react. You have to simply react and simply always be in survival mode, be on defense, because it's not always gonna be easy. It's already as hard as it is, but especially when it's times like this, we're approaching all-time highs. World War III is at risk. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with the markets right now to where I would personally say don't risk a bunch of capital. Be smart. Be defensive with your decisions, yo. Because it's very easy to fail, yo. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it at that though. That's really all I had to say to y'all. I'm gonna catch you in the next one though. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Peace out.